tonight, which was about as close as they come. Here's TV 23's Mike Case with the story of the Battle of the Unbeatens in the Portage County League.
It was an exciting evening in Streetsboro tonight as folks lined the field to watch the unbeaten Rockets take on 4-0 Rootstown in a Portage County League showdown. In the second quarter, Streetsboro opened the scoring with Kevin Caserta going over from 5 yards out, capping a 15-play drive covering 77 yards. The point after was good, and Streetsboro took their 7-0 lead into the locker room at the break. And even though Rootstown ran only 12 plays in the whole first half, things were bound to heat up. 70 yards. Finally being hauled down at the Rocket 20. Craig then would take the handoff at the 5 and head into the end zone, tying the game at 7, and it was a new ball game. Then with 55 seconds to go in the third, Jason Burrell hits Kevin Stefancic with this 20-yard dart, putting the Rovers up 13-7. The crucial extra point was blocked, and Streetsboro, they still had a chance. The Rockets were still down 6 when they got the ball at their own 16 with 1:51 to play. Zolanik moved the team down the field without patterns, stopping the clock, and then was aided by this interference call, moving the ball down to the 12. And on 4th and 10, he hits Bob Worth on this corner route, tying the game at 13. Streetsboro holder Jamie Long had a concussion, but was cleared by the doctor for one last play. The hold was perfect, the kick was better, and Streetsboro went on to win 14-13. So Streetsboro travels 84 yards in less than a minute and a half to send this place into bedlam. They beat Rootstown tonight 14-13, raising their record to 5-0, 4-0 in the league as they await that big showdown with Mogadore. Mike Case, 23 Newsday in Streetsboro.
Simply a fantastic finish. Thanks very much, Mike. That game, of course, will be next week at Mogadore. Now, Mogadore played host to Streetsboro in a big Portage County League contest, and here with the verdict is TV 23's Mike Case.
It was standing room only tonight in Mogadore as the Wildcats took on undefeated Streetsboro for the top spot in the Portage County League. We pick it up in the third quarter with the score 10-7 Streetsboro. Mogadore recovers a fumble at the 13, and 2 plays later, Mike Lacey goes over from 4 yards out to give Mogadore a 14-10 lead. Then on 3rd down and 6 from the Wildcat 46, Streetsboro comes right back as John Solanic lofts one to Dave Podwowski. He hauls it in, and the point after gives Streetsboro the lead 17-14. After a Brian Reller 36-yard field goal tied the score at 17-all, the fourth quarter began with a bang. Zelenik again hits Podwowski. This time it was 54 yards. The kick was good, and Streetsboro went back on top 24-17. And with just 6:41 to go, Mogadore had one more chance to tie, but Jamie Long picks it up. Later, Streetsboro tacked on another touchdown and won it 31-17. Overall, Streetsboro had 21 second-half points, moving them to 6-0, 5-0 in the conference, and they're all by themselves on top of the Portage County League. Mike Case, 23 Newsday in Mogadore.
Okay, thanks very much, Mike. That's it from the 23-yard line, and now with the rest of
everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest scars are healed by faith. I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest scars are healed by faith. I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. I believe, there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith.
Thursday, which means it's time for our TV23 Children's Hospital Sports Medicine Center of Akron Player of the Week. Here's TV23's Mike Case with this week's winner and a look at the Streetsboro Rockets.
TV23 and Children's Hospital Sports Medicine Center of Akron would like to congratulate John Zelenak, quarterback at Streetsboro High School, as our Player of the Week. Last Friday, John was 12 of 16 for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns in that big win over Mogador, 31-17.
No, I don't think the game plan started out that way, but once we had success early in the game, Coach decided, well, since he's hot, let's keep with it. And then later in the game, we went long, and it just worked.
And go long he did. John fired 2 touchdown passes. One was 46 yards, the other one 54 yards against Mogador. And this week, Streetsboro takes on Crestwood. They're 3-3, 2-3 in the league, but they're not a team to be taken lightly.
Crestwood's always a big game for us. That's our backyard rivalry, and it doesn't really matter. It's one of those things where it doesn't matter what the record is. Both teams come in ready to play and fired up.
And Streetsboro should be fired up. They're 6-0 this year and all by themselves atop the Portage County League. But this is a familiar position for them. Last year, the Rockets were 6-0 and split their last 4 games, something they say they won't let happen again.
I'm trying to forget last year as much as possible. You know, Coach was stressing that last year we were in the same spot, and we just, you know, blew it ourselves. You know, it was our fault. We shouldn't have lost those 2.
Things are a little different in '92. Most of the players have returned, but last season's coach, Scott Pollock, has gone to Mogador, a move that temporarily upset the team.
He kind of thought we were betrayed a little bit, you know. It's not that we hate him or anything, it's just that, you know, the fact that he left. And he knew that we were going to be the best in the league.
Now all of that's behind them. First-year head coach Dave Hostetler has instilled a confidence that allowed the Rockets to put together a last-second drive to beat Rootstown and beat the Wildcats in Mogador, putting them in position for the first state playoff berth in school history.
Excited, really excited. Making history for Streetsboro it's a big thing to us in school. I appreciate that, and they support us a lot.
I told them on the bus Friday night that, you know, 6 games we won fine, but we got a 4-game season, and we have to win those 4 games. And that's about the only way we'll have a chance of making the playoffs.
I paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of kicking my bed, but I come through. Here we go. Keep on. for me, fame and fortune and everything that goes. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise.